Clicked on this video today because you want to know what one advantage is going to help you get ahead of every single person around you. Today I'm going to talk to you about that one advantage, how I work on that one advantage myself, and how you can gain that one advantage. So stick around if you want to get ahead of the crowd, if you want that advantage, and if you want to win quicker, more efficiently, and just win more in general. Without any further ado, today I'm sitting in my stairwell of my building because my car is locked and I went to the gym and I don't have my keys and I don't want to go back up to my apartment. So I just said without any further ado, but I'm going to get directly into the topic now. The number one thing that you need to help you get ahead of everybody else is you need to be willing to do the work. Okay? And as dumb as it is, 90% of people, 99% of people are just not willing to do the work. They will procrastinate, they will not do it for any reason, they will decide that they just won't win, or that failure is inevitable, or any single excuse. But if you know that you're willing to do the work, and I mean you are seriously willing to get down in the mud, face plant, day after day after day, do the hard work. If you're willing to do the hard work, you are guaranteed to get ahead of the crowd. You are guaranteed to do better than the people around you, okay? So I truly, truly urge you to dig down deep inside and find out if you are actually willing to do the work. Have you done the hard work in the past? Are you willing to do the hard work in the future? And when you do the hard work, how do you feel, okay? So one thing that I always pay attention to when I'm listening, or that I always hear, I guess I should say, when I'm listening to Alex Hormozi, one of my favorite YouTube creators, is he talks about not only pleasure and pain, but he talks about this idea of willing to do the work. And when it comes to pleasure and pain, you got to think about it like this. Is it more painful to do the work now, or is it more painful to do the work later, right? When do you want the pleasure and when do you want the pain? Because it's going to feel pleasurable to not do the work now, okay? But wait 60, 90, 120 days. The more you wait, the more it hurts to do the work. You know what I mean? The pain scale increases over time as you continue to not do the work, okay? Have you ever not done something for so long that you are just like so sick of it and you just make a decision, you just go do it? Like, have you ever been so sick of just procrastinating and not doing it where you just like, it itches you so bad where you just jump up out of your seat right then and there and do it? That's the pain. That's the pain of not doing it for long enough. And it could be worse, right? There could be pain of losing relationships, losing friends, losing clients, losing self-esteem, losing self-confidence, not gaining promises, or not following through with the promises that you make to yourself, okay? So I really want you to bear in mind the pleasure and the pain scale, but also like, are you willing to do the work now? You know what I mean? Because that's the advantage, is mentally understanding if you're willing to do the work right now, you have the advantage, okay? And it's hard to really fully conceptualize until you start doing the work that nobody else wants to do, right? And I said this in one of my previous videos, but the only way to truly teach yourself how to do hard things is to go out and do hard things. I want you to go and learn what hard things are and do them, right? I started personally with running and working out and then setting goals for myself through running, okay? So I started with just running 1 mile, then running 2 miles, then 3 miles, then 5, then 10, then 13. Now we're moving on to 26, right? So like, teach yourself how to do the hard things and then just go out and execute on the hard things. And that will help you understand that you are willing to do the hard work, right? Because in the end of the day, you are the same as the guy next to you that's doing the hard work, the guy that's willing to do the hard work. The only difference is that you just won't get up off your ass and actually do the hard work. You know what I mean? So it's important that you take a step back and you analyze your pleasure and your pain scale. And that's helped me a lot personally, and hopefully that could help you too. When you take that step back and you think about, is it going to be more painful or more pleasurable to do this action now versus later? Is it going to hurt me more to wait to do this later? Is it going to hurt me more if I don't do this right now. You need to ask yourself these questions because you are going to honestly answer them. You know what I mean? It even comes down to things so far as quitting smoking or quitting doing drugs. It's gonna feel pleasurable now, but what is that worth the pain of being addicted later? It's gonna feel pleasurable now, but what is that worth in the pain of being, I don't know, having diseases and illnesses later from doing those drugs and constantly, being dependent on those substances? Is that gonna be more pleasurable feeling that pain later rather than just not doing the drugs now? Is the high worth the pain? You know what I mean? And once you tie that negative thought to the action, your brain won't want you to do it anymore. You're training yourself like you're a fucking dog. That's the point. You want to train yourself like you are Pavlov's dogs. Look it up, Pavlov's dogs. He's training his dogs to salivate when they hear a bell, okay? Because when they hear the bell, he gives them food, which is a positive reaction or a positive reinforcement to having that noise. And that's what you need to do to yourself too. You need to give yourself either positive or negative reinforcement for the things that you do or don't want to do, right? So if you go out and you do the hard thing, give yourself that positive reinforcement. Maybe afterwards you, scroll on TikTok for 15 minutes to make yourself happy, right? Or you go and you buy yourself a smoothie, or you go and you get a nice coffee from the coffee shop you like, or you eat a bag of Skittles, whatever you like, right? You need to train yourself to have that positive reinforcement when you're doing something that's right. And then on the opposite side of the scale, you want to train yourself to not like doing the bad things, right? So if you're doing drugs and you feel like crap when you get high, think about that. Tie that into your brain, okay? That's what helps me not be smoking weed all the time. You know what I mean? Is I don't like the feeling, and it makes me feel like crap, so I don't do it. You know what I mean? That's the idea of these things, is that you want to tie that negative or positive reinforcement to the action. So be willing to do the work, and you will surpass, and you will know you have the advantage on 90% of people around you, just knowing that you're willing to do the hard work that nobody else is going to do. That will cut out 90% of your competition. The next thing that you have to do is you have to weigh the pain and the pleasure scale, okay? So what's the pain? What's the pleasure? Is it worth doing it now versus the pain later? Is it worth the pleasure now versus the pain later? Is it worth the pain now to have the pleasure later? Think about that, weigh that scale, train yourself like a dog, okay? Like we said, Pavlov's dogs. So give yourself that positive, that negative reinforcement. If you have something that you don't like to do, find a way to tie it to a negative reinforcement to stop yourself from doing it. If you have something that you like to do or you should be doing or you feel like you should be doing to increase your personal development, tie that to doing something good by rewarding yourself afterwards. Remember the times when you're doing the thing that you like and how that helps you increase your, your happiness or your endorphins or whatever the hell you call it. You know what I mean? That's gonna give you an idea of how to tie these actions to results. And then hopefully you'll be able to get ahead of 90% of the competition. Hopefully you liked this video today. I did it, like I said, in the stairwell of my apartment building. So if you like to see these bricks from an old windshield wiper factory, here it is. And thank you to all my people who are constantly in the comments. Thank you to my boy who just started making YouTube content with me. I now have a ally on here. So my brother, keep doing your thing. I know you're watching. Thank you to all my people who are constantly in the comments. If you liked this video, leave a comment down below and let me know that it helped you. Subscribe if you want to see new videos like this every single day. I make personal development videos, I make business videos, entrepreneurship videos. If you like videos like this, if you like me as a talker, subscribe down below. I make new videos every single day just for you to help you from my personal experiences as a 23-year-old entrepreneur. I built a 6-figure real estate business in just 3 years, and I'm going to try and show you some of the tips and tricks that I've used to build my life, build my personal development, my brand, my business, all that good stuff. So stick around if you want to see more. Leave a thumbs up if you want to support me. Leave a comment down below if you like this video. And until next time, thank you so much for watching.